Yeah, February this year. God, okay, live. Shalom. This is the Israel School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Studied out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm Officer Hazahab. We are in Grand Army Plaza, Brooklyn, at the corner of Eastern Parkway and Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn. Right. We have class here every Tuesdays. I'm here with young man Bruce and young man Shabbatak here with me. Right. And the topic for today is the imposter man, right? The imposter man. As a matter of fact, right, I got a book here, right? This book right here. I'm on page. Wait 1 second. This is a book, right? A pocket guide to North Africa, right? This is a book from the United States Department of Defense, right? The DoD, right? And this book has some very important claims that the Isupk has always been saying since 1969, all right? As a matter of fact, if you can hold this book for me, right? I'm gonna give you the page to go to right now, all right? And of course, likewise, in a similar sense, compared to this, right? There is Amalek is in Israel right now, saying that the state of Israel is anti-Semitic. I'd be damned. All right. I don't see where I put that thing. The book is called North Africa, right? North Africa. If you got any questions online, please put them in the chat. All right. See if in the table, look at the table of contents right quick, right? I see there's a part that says the Jews. Oh, here we go. Page 17.
Yeah, I'm there now.
Okay, there we go. Let me see what right quick, so I can see where you're gonna read from. Page 17. Okay. Okay. So you just read just that part only, right? Do not turn the page, all right?
Down to the bottom.
Yeah, Bubble Shah. Just at the bottom. The part where it says the Jews.
The Jews.
Mm-hmm.
The Jews began The Jews began filtering into Mediterranean coastal cities before the Roman conquest of North Africa.
Okay, read that part again.
The Jews began filtering into Mediterranean coastal cities.
Right. So what they're saying is the Jews began filtering into. We couldn't get. If I had the map, I'd let the map on here, right? But so the land of Israel, is at the most western part of the Mediterranean, right? The other parts of the Mediterranean goes around to Rome and Thessalonica and the Greek islands, the part that you read about in the Bible, where they have the books that are labeled Thessalonica, Colossians, right? Romans, yes, right. Now those books with those titles are there because it's saying that they are in the Mediterranean, right? And then the other part of the Mediterranean is in North Africa. Put your hat back on when you go out there. Go on. All right, keep reading.
Contract. After Roman Emperor Titus captured Jerusalem.
After the Roman Emperor Titus captured Jerusalem. So one time Jerusalem was free. And we were free there. Shalom, Sister Nicole. How you doing, sis? All right? Any questions, just let me know, all right? No matter what it is, right? Go ahead. Emperor Titus meaning too that this is time, location, and date. You can go look at books about Emperor Titus to see his voyage, his journeys. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
After Roman Emperor Titus captured Jerusalem in 70 AD, many more fled to North Africa, where they became an integral part of the population.
Read that part again. That's heavy.
After Roman Emperor Titus captured Jerusalem.
After Roman Emperor Titus captured Jerusalem. Read.
In 70 AD.
In 70 AD. That's a time again. This is some years after Yahushua died. Right? Yahushua died supposed to be about 33 AD. So we're looking about 35, 37 years after that. You see what I'm saying? What happened 37 years after Yahushua died? Read again.
Come on, sir. After Roman Emperor Titus captured Jerusalem in 70 AD,
yeah,
many more fled to North Africa.
Many more Jews fled into North Africa. Why? Christ told them to flee into the mountains. Right? From the region where we were at, the mountains that we call the mountains. Number one, it's the region where we always flee to when something goes wrong. One time there was a famine, we had to flee to Egypt. Right. You know what I mean? I believe when Yahushua was born, the devil, right, a man on the earth, Herod, right, was slaughtering all of the boys. Right. And what did we do again? We fled to Africa, to the North Africa region. So when Christ said flee into the mountains, when the abomination of desolation stands in the temple on the altar, right? Flee into the mountains, and we knew where to flee, where it meant, all right? And that's what we did. And we did exactly just that. And when you read into the other sources that go with this book, we fled there, and we always fled there because we blend in with the people there because of their skin complexion, all right? Now, we've all heard of the book, Babylon to Timbuktu, right? The researcher of Babylon Timbuktu, he got the part about 70 AD from this. Wow. You see what I'm saying? He got it from, where is this from again? We go to the first page, not that part, right? Right there. Give me what's printed on there.
This is from the Department of Defense.
This is from the Department of Defense.
In Washington, D.C.
In Washington, D.C. Is there a year on there?
June 20th. The year I was born, 1958.
1958. Why are they doing this? Because America loves war. So America goes to war the place. They're going to war. They're doing some operation in North Africa. And this is a what? This is A from the front. Oh.
A pocket guide to North Africa.
A pocket guide to North Africa. So they were told the United States Department of Defense will give this pocketbook to each U.S. Army soldier that was going to land in North Africa. And they gave them a little synopsis of all the people that were there in that region and the history, right, to go with it, so that the soldiers could understand the mindset, can understand the culture, to understand the development and the wearing down of the place, or things that they're gonna come across, languages they may face, the roots of those languages. They gave them something that would just give them a synopsis to kind of understand the thing in a whole. All right. Okay. Any more there? What's on page 17?
Come, sir. Many more fled to North Africa, where they became an integral part of the population.
Hold on. Now, where can I read about a pale-faced Jewish man being part of an integral part of the population in Africa?
Never happened.
Where can I find a painting, a drawing, or something that says these Jews with the top hat, with the fur hat in Africa, in hot Africa, you know what I mean? Out there doing it again, send them my Shabbat. All right, you know what I'm saying? That's not what chairs are for. All right. Where can I read about a tall fur woolly hat? You know what I mean? In the hot plains of the Sahara Desert in northern Africa. You know what I mean? Rolling around Morocco and Tunisia. You know what I mean? And Libya. I'm going out to Negro land. Why did they call it Negro land? Keep reading. Is there more there?
Come on, sir. In the 15th and 16th centuries.
In the 15th and 16th centuries, read.
Jews from Spain took refuge in North Africa.
Jews from Spain took refuge in North Africa. Now, why would Jews in Spain take refuge in North Africa? Number one, this is a little bit about history, right? There was a time where the Jews and the Moors were friends, right? And the Jews that were not Moors or Muslims, they was in Spain and they were not allowed to be Jews. The same way how today, we are not allowed to be Jews. There is someone that is allowed to be Jew. But then there is one people. An Ethiopian can be a Jew, it's okay. A Chinaman can go on a documentary and say he's a Jew, it's okay. You see what I'm saying? We all know they're a person. He walks around with no evidence of him being a Jew. But he says he's a Jew and it's okay. But we say we're a Jew, oh, we're crazy. Kanye West, yay, right? He goes on TV and says he's a Jew. Oh, yeah, he needs to take his medication. There's something wrong with him.
Right.
Kyrie Irving points to a book that alludes that we are the Jews. Yeah, see, it was very offensive. He should have never did that. He's anti-Semitic. He never said anything. He just posted a link on Amazon that said that, Negroes are Jews, and that to them was, one of the most racist things you could ever do. It's the most blatant. He had to lose his job. He had to apologize to the whole Jewish community for posting a link. You see what I'm saying? So very strange activity. And in Spain, same thing. We were not allowed to be Jews anymore. We had to become Roman Catholic. If you did not become Roman Catholic, right? You would be. They would put you on a bed. Tie your arms around your legs, and then they'll pull it in each direction. You see this in all of the bad, evil cartoons, right? That evil cartoons was depicting something that our race went through. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, if I may, this is the Moors who were oppressing us that way?
No, this was the Spaniards.
Okay.
The Spaniards was doing that, right? The Spaniards at this time, they had just found the North American Indians, right? We read yesterday in Harlem where they were looking for the Jews overseas. They brought a Hebrew interpreter to go meet them,
right?
And yet they're in Spain, right, with the real Jews who are not allowed to be Jews. You see what I'm saying? And these Jews that were not allowed to be Jews had to flee to Africa. Now, the Jews that were in Europe, in Germany and Poland and Russia, these people were not forbidden by the Roman Catholic society, and they were allowed to be there later on. All the real Jews fled out of Europe, right? So these Jews you read about in Spain, these are the Jews that would have been from Thessalonica and Colossia and Galatia. And as the Roman Empire spread, these Negroes who were Jews, who were no longer allowed to be called Jews, they were pushed through in the Roman armies around Europe, all the way to Spain. Then in Spain, they say you're not allowed to be a Jew. You're gonna be in trouble if you don't be Roman Catholic on Monday, per se, right? So what did the Jews do? Say, okay, we're getting out of town. Where are we gonna go? Somewhere away from these white, the white birds.
Right.
We gotta get away from these white birds. Let's go get with birds that look like us.
Right.
Let's flee town and get with some birds that look like us, where they don't care about our culture, right? So we went to Africa, and we lo and behold, some of our people are already in Africa, being an integral part of the system in Africa. And then you hear about the ports that we left out of, in Port Judah and Port Benjamin, being shipped out of Africa when these same Spaniards and Portuguese men, Portugal is on Spain. All right, these men are coming to Africa to ship us out to Brazil. And then in Brazil, what are they forced to do? They force us to be Roman Catholic again. They go build a big statue, big like the Twin Towers out there. You know what I mean? Statue of a white Christ. Go on.
Fine, sir.
Oh, you want to say something? Or you want to read this?
No, well, what you were just describing, is that one of the slave trades that took place?
Which one? You can sit down.
When we got shipped to Brazil?
Yeah, that was the transatlantic slave trade. That's the 15th and the 16th century.
Oh, you're right, transatlantic.
Yeah, so 15th and 16th century, that's around that 600-year region right there. You know what I mean? So yeah, so what they don't say is, because of course they can't give too much evidence of the Jews away, right? The ships also shipping us out from Spain for refusing to become Roman Catholic or Christian, right? They shipped us out from there too. There's an island called Cape Verde, right? And there's another island called San Thome, right? From Spain and from other parts of Europe, they would carry us on the ships directly from Europe, and they will gather us with our brothers who were in Africa, and we will meet on Santon, waiting for a ship that carries us out to Brazil. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, right. And of course, we were property, so we got information that goes with us. What company we belong to. Just think of Amazon, right? Amazon, they call it like a marketplace, an online marketplace. So here's you, the buyer. You live in New York. Meanwhile, there's another buyer that lives in Jersey. But who are the sellers on Amazon? Not Amazon, right? Island of Santon and Cape Verde, they will be like Amazon, where there's different hosts that are selling on Amazon. So I can go on Amazon right now, and there'll be one host called J75, and there's another one called Hong Chi Sneakers, right? And they're selling on Amazon. You just go to Amazon, and the next thing you know, they're selling it to New York, New Jersey, and Brazil. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Likewise, some of the host sellers were Spain, right? Scotland, right? Germany, Ghana, Nigeria, and whatever countries in the Middle East, Turkey, right? And whatever, right? Palestine, right? Morocco, the Moors, they was sending us in there too, right? And they will say, I have a destination of a buyer in Trinidad. I need all of these people from here to go to Trinidad. And next thing you know, you got a population in Trinidad that all speaks Arabic, or they're all Muslim because of who their host seller was. Then you got a population in Brazil that already spoke Portuguese. It could be because of their master, but some already spoke Portuguese. We come to America. We have the American English, white man, and then you have the American English, black man, right? Well, I shouldn't say American English, right? But you have the black man with his black American dialect, and then you have the white man with his white American dialect. And the black American dialect and the white American dialect are not the same, right? They're not the same. But the black American dialect is not African. Don't sound nothing like no African, but we have our own black American dialect. While speaking English, maybe we could speak English before. Maybe they were Jews in Scotland. Maybe they were Jews in Ireland. Maybe they were Jews in Wales.
So if I may,
before we get too far. Okay, let me hear you before you lose your thought. I want you to lose your thought.
No, as you already know, it's just amazing how our people over the many centuries, we've gravitated toward all of those things you mentioned. You mentioned Moors in Morocco, and you mentioned Ghana, Nigeria. We gravitated toward everything. The one thing we shied away from. I'm thinking of something Officer Paradas, I think.
Yeah.
He alluded to yesterday. He said he was very blackety black. I came to a lot of blackety black things.
Right.
Over the years, I know that I'm going to stop questioning it because the Most High does what He wants to do. But at this time, I'm finally just seeing the sense that it makes. Wait a minute, I'm an Israelite. Because at least Judah is going around in a circle just in terms of what he's going to call himself.
Right.
For over 100 years.
Yeah.
He went from African to colored to black, Negro.
Right.
So,
Give me a Deuteronomy 30:3.
Gotcha. Read it.
Yeah, please.
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, the third verse. that then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity and have compassion unto thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath scattered thee.
Right. So from that time until this time, we were scattered all over the earth, right? So even before we came here, we were scattered into Africa.
Right.
We were scattered into the Muslim countries. We was in the Middle East, even up until the time where we was being shipped out. They carried us from the Middle East to the West Coast in our own world of train of tears with the Muslims. You see what I'm saying? You look at how Muslim Africa is today. Yeah, them Muslims was partners in dragging us across from one continent in Asia to the other continent in North Africa, right? To be shipped out from Europe, right? Read the part from the top again.
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 3.
All right, pick up the color part, right? Shara Ekwasi, right, from Texas, all right? All right, no sweat, go ahead.
That then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity.
The Lord thy God will turn thy captivity, read.
And have compassion upon thee.
And that's something that we need to know, right? It's not just by the church how they say, yeah, Jesus Christ don't love you no matter what. God is love, God is love. You have to earn your Father's compassion. And it can be done and it will be done if you do what's needed. All right, keep reading. Of course, we can piss him off some more, and we can never get that compassion. But he'll be waiting for that compassion to come. Keep going.
Come. And will return and gather thee from all the nations.
All right.
Whether the Lord thy God has scattered thee.
Right. Keep reading. And that's done by the UPK. You see what I'm saying? Without the UPK gathering us and pushing into all corners of the earth, without them even knowing it's us. Deuteronomy 28, we should be brought into Egypt again with ships and everybody relating to it and all that, right? Without the work of the ISUPK, that even our fake Israelite groups take what we do and act like it's their own, right? You have to know that it came from us, right? They're doing something that we did. Without the UPK, they wouldn't have these methods to do this thing, right? And with that information, a brother from South Africa who his father suffered slavery, who don't look nothing like no Africa, look like me, as a matter of fact. I don't even met him. Yeshaya, right? He's in New York now, right? He's from South Yeshaya. He was there on the last holy day, on the feast of the ending of the feast of first fruits.
Oh, I met him.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, how do we even get in contact with him? IUIC, what did they go? They go to the actual African man, hoping he's an Israelite. You know what I mean? When you have curses. You gotta look for the people that lost their identity. The brother's last name is like December or something like that. They gave the slaves in South Africa names of English months. You see what I'm saying? The people in South Africa who are actual Africans, they have their own names. What's going on, man? You see what I'm saying? They have their own African name. They kept their heritage. We lost ours. I mean, keep reading.
Come on, verse 4. If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy God gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Verse 5.
Read the part again.
Come on, sir. Verse 4. If any of thine be driven out unto the outmost parts of heaven.
Right. Meaning in the Middle East, right? Or any land you at, right? You go look at the sky, and you go follow the sky all the way till it meets the earth, the utmost part of the sky. Heaven is the sky, and you are further than the utmost part of where you can see the sky meeting the land in the region that you're in. That's where we are. If you go take a telescope right now, you cannot see your homeland. You see what I'm saying? And your homeland cannot see you neither. Because you're so far over this curvature of the earth. Keep reading.
Come. From thence will the Lord thy God gather thee.
There you go. From there will the Most High God gather us. From the United States and from Canada and from Mexico and from Brazil. You know what I mean? And from wherever we at, that's not in Israel. You know what I mean? And also for the brothers that came over here and left back to go back there. You see what I'm saying? If they come into the truth, they can be saved out of that destruction. You understand? Now, give me Isaiah 56:8.
Deuteronomy?
Isaiah 56. Oh. Isaiah 56. Okay.
Isaiah 6.
56. Chapter 56.
Uh, 56 and 8.
Come on, 56 and verse 8. Come on.
Come on, sir. The book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 8. The Lord God, which gathereth the outcast of Israel, saith, Yet will I gather others to him, beside those that are gathered unto him. Verse 9.
Read it again.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 56, verse 8. The Lord God, which gathereth the outcast of Israel.
Right, the Most High is gathering the outcast of Israel. That keyword outcast too. Outcast means you're no longer called a Jew. You're no longer called Benjamin. You're no longer called Isupk, right? We've all been cast out. And right now, the Most High wants to gather us all back. No matter if you got a flat nose, no matter if you're short, no matter if you're short like a dwarf, right, Cameron? Right? Yeah, no matter what your situation is, the Lord wants his people back. All right. No matter if you're called now an American, a black American, an African American, a colored American. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Yet will I gather others to him, beside those that are gathered unto him.
Right. So the brothers who are already in, say it again? Quickly, put your hat on, go. Right. So besides the brothers who now are in the truth, right? The Most High wants the other people who are not in the truth, who are Israelites. Right? Keep reading.
If I may, sir.
Yeah.
So that's what we get when we read about the Apostle Paul. When he's going into these various places.
Right. To people who are now called Greeks. People who are now called Roman, even though they're not white.
Right.
He's looking for Israelites who...
And I think also in 2 Peter it alludes to, I can't quote it exactly, but it makes mention that Paul's writings are hard to understand. Is this because he was because of the mission he was on, I'm just going to put it.
Yes.
He was sort of speaking, for lack of a better phrase, like sometimes undercover.
Vague, yeah.
Right, vague. Okay.
Yeah. So now for the same reason that people can't understand, people think that this is talking about Chinese people and white people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, they think that these other people are now who they're bringing in, but that's not what he's saying.
Right.
Because there is a Negro that lives in Vietnam right now because his father went and knocked up all the prostitutes out there. You know what I mean? And, some of these Negro children with Chinese mothers are in Vietnam, more white mothers in Vietnam. They're now becoming singers, singing stars because of the talent of the blood that goes in them. Tennis stars. Because of the blood that's in them. You got to get those people with that same blood. You see what I'm saying? The seed of Israel. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay. I want you to get Ecclesiasticus right quick. Ecclesiasticus 38 and 24.
Ecclesiasticus, Apocrypha?
Yeah, Bubble Shah. To understand how we can even find the time to even go into things like these.
34, no. What verse?
Where you running? Stand over here and do a Shabbat. I tell you to walk. Wasn't she telling you to not run before? And you did it again? What do you think? You don't gotta listen to nobody but me? Stand over there and stand in a martial band. Take your hat off, too. Take your hat off and put it on the table. There you go. All right? Go on.
What verse?
Verse 24, please.
The book of Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 34, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
When one prays,
Ecclesiasticus 38. Ecclesiasticus chapter 38, verse 24.
So the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 38, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure, and he that hath little business shall become wise.
That's for brothers out there who are resisting coming into the ISUPK, who have the time to come, but instead of coming here, they go and take their time to go get high. Like how me and you are here right now, right? Me and you found a time of leisure, time where we could spare, and we use this time to get wise by coming into the school here. To talk about the past and how our people came here.
Right.
You know what I mean? The country they might have went to, things that we heard but couldn't put the dots together. Gotta look into a book, right? By what? Read it again.
Sir, the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 38, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
The wisdom of a learned man cometh by opportunity of leisure.
Right, keep reading.
And he that hath little business shall become wise.
Right. If you got a lot of business, you are busy. If you got a lot of business, you are busy. You can't find time to come to the school. Now, here's what's going on right now, right? If you're gonna come to the school and work is keeping you away, you have to find a way to lower your business so you can come into the school. If you don't lower your business to come into the school and to get the wisdom that our learned man will have, right? You're going to die with your business. You're going to be at your business wild high. Just got out of a hole last night with the money you got from your business. You see what I'm saying? And when Christ comes back, you're going to be at your business with the AIDS and high with all of that business you got, and you're going to be unalived in your business. You see what I'm saying? You have to find a way to adjust your business so that you can get the wisdom to live. All right? Keep reading.
Sir, chapter 25.
Mm-hmm.
How can he get wisdom that holdeth the plow?
How can he get how can he get what?
Wisdom.
How can he get wisdom that what?
That holdeth the plow.
That holdeth the plow. Meaning you use this plow and you work. Or you got the plow in McDonald's and you plow them burgers and you plow them fries or whatever you're doing. You at your slavery at FedEx and you plowing through these packages at Amazon, plowing through these packages and never find time to come into the UPK. You have to find a way to shorten that business so you can still meet your bills. You see what I'm saying? And meet wisdom. And with that wisdom, you take that wisdom and you have a better business. Or should I even tell you that? I don't want to give away all the goods. But when the Most High gives you wisdom, the wisdom that you've never had, you see what I'm saying? Now you'll be smarter how to do things, smarter than even the heathens around you, with the blessings of the Most High, to be blessed more than the heathen are around you. Or sit in that low place where the Most High put you down to. You see what I'm saying? Or you can come seek the Most High and get back on his good side and get his compassion. All of you outcasts of Israel, which will be us, the Americans. To be called an American means you're an outcast of who you really were before. You see what I'm saying? Skip me down to verse 31.
Sir, verse 31.
Mm-hmm.
All these trust to their hand.
Right, all the workers, people in your own business, you trust in your work. You take care of your bills. You know what I'm saying? You trust in your skills and they can help you to live for the next day. But he who seeks to save his life shall lose his life.
Right.
Keep reading.
And everyone is wise in his work.
Right, keep reading.
Verse 32. Mm-hmm. Without these, cannot a city be inhabited?
Right, without your skill as being a plumber, as being an electrician, with flipping the burgers, with driving the buses, a city doesn't work without you. And we're worried about keeping the city up. We know that the city relies on our job. We know there's a pale-faced oppressor right now who's depending on your attendance to your slavery. He's depending on you because the city runs on you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And your job and your ambition in life is not supposed to keep America going. You see what I'm saying? It's, you're supposed to don't love this place. You see what I'm saying? Like the way you've been raised to love this place. We've been raised to sit in a class in school, 5 years old, 7, and pledge allegiance to some flag, man. The flag that unalived our forefathers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We proud to be New Yorkers. They're like one of these Brooklyn brothers. They proud Brooklynites. You see what I'm saying? Ain't July 4th around the corner? Oh man. You're gonna see all of the tribe of Judah out there with the American flag on the shirt and in the hat. American flag on the side of their pocket.
A couple of days.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? In a couple of days. I think what's today? Today's the 2nd. In 2 days. Oh my gosh. You see what I'm saying? People are proud of the network of this place, proud of the buses, proud of the trains, proud of Amazon. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading. Oh yeah.
No, Con, this is right in line with what you're saying. They already have the they have computers like that in my complex where I live. I get off the elevator. They're advertising things that are going to happen on the complex.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the so-called 4th of July stuff up already.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be.
It's already up. It's not even the 4th yet, but they got the 4th of July up already.
It's something I can't miss. I get off the elevator, maybe it come here.
Yeah.
You look up. They're ready already.
Yeah. I think I heard the fireworks start going last weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, where I'm at in Brooklyn, the fireworks is already out.
Yeah, I hear
What's today? Tuesday? Probably Sunday, Saturday. I started hearing fireworks. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, I keep hearing these. I'm like, damn, they shooting outside. They're not shooting. Right. Yeah, they can't wait for July 4th to come. To be proud of the American independence. By the way, on the day of American independence, your people, your fathers, the people that you came from, the womb you came out of, your parents was in the cotton field picking cotton. That's what we was doing on 1776, July 4th. Right. You see what I'm saying? Any more there?
I'm sorry, where?
We was in verse 32.
Con, sir. And they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down.
Right. Keep reading.
Con, verse 33. They shall not be sought for in public council.
Right. So now, if you don't give up your business that makes New York run so well, you see what I'm saying? When it comes down to New York falling, and New York is going to fall, New York is going to 100 years from now, Lord willing, New York is not going to be a place where anyone lives at all. Nobody. It's going to be a dust bowl. You see what I'm saying? And before that time comes, there will be a gathering of our people. Straight up. You see what I'm saying? They will read the part again.
Con, verse 32. Without these cannot a city be inhabited, and they shall not dwell where they will, nor go up and down. Right.
So you know about your work. You see what I'm saying? You know about the thing that the oppressor has trusted in your hands to do that makes this city run, but you don't know how you run. You don't know how your race runs without New York. And you have to search out these things. You have to understand who you are. You have to know who your people are. You have to know who is your family. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come, verse 33. They shall not be sought for in public council.
Now, when you don't learn these things, you don't know who your race is. You don't know that you're Israelite. When it comes down to Israelite business, when we do come together, you're not going to be in there to have no say, because we know that you are American. We know that when it's time for you to open your mouth, the thing that's going to come out of your mouth is, we need to go back to McDonald's because tax return is coming up next year. Right. And I want to get the child income tax credit. Right. You're going to open your mouth and be dependent on another society. You're not going to be like the Chinese people who are in New York, who rely on themselves. You're not going to be like the imposter man who's in Brooklyn, who has taken over your neighborhood, and they rely on themselves. They hire you, but they rely on themselves. They have their own system that they work with, and they run the place so nice with it. You can have a seat. You see what I'm saying? Now here's what you want to be. According to the Bible, every Israelite is supposed to be a priest over the nations. We're all supposed to have that wisdom that the Most High would have imparted on to us. You see what I'm saying? We're all supposed to have, that sense of wisdom to get things done, to do things. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come. Nor sit high in the congregation.
Well, you're not going to sit high in the congregation. We know that all you good to do is to be a rich ball player. And without the NBA, because one day the NBA is not going to exist, and without the NBA, you have no talent for your own people at all. But there was a place to get that talent. But you abandoned that place that the Most High provided for you, where you could get the talent to actually, be an essential part of your race, your community, and the cities that you would have on your own without the oppressor. Keep reading.
Come. They shall not sit on the judge's seat.
Yeah, you got no sense of right and wrong. You see what I'm saying? First thing that comes up, you want to forgive the oppressor, but you want to hold accountability to your brother. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Come. Nor understand the sentence of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
No,
when it's time to punish someone for a crime, you don't understand it. When it's time to say this person has did a sin, and this sin is going to affect all of us, you're going to say, oh, well, but he's just gay. He's not going to affect nobody. It's Pride Month, right? Or Pride Month over. What month is Pride Month? June or July? June. Most High in Christ is born.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But in Pride Month, people always say, why do we have a problem with them? Why don't we just leave them alone? If you leave them alone, right, you allow them with the thing that drives them to look for something that they require that they call love and affection. And if they can't have that from nobody, they're going to do what the man in Queens did the other day. With that brother in Queens that took them young girls in the park.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think he forced himself on some young girls.
And the community recognized him.
Yeah.
They held him down.
The community recognized him, held him down. Right. Till he got arrested. Punched him up in the face a couple of times because that's what he deserved for doing that crime. Should have been. But if we were punished him according to our law, some other people who believe that he's not wrong, there's people who don't believe that he's wrong because they have that same fetish, right? And and some people don't agree that he's wrong. If you allow that to live, then you harm the children coming up. If the children harm coming up, then they're gonna express their trauma in these other ways. And what is that trauma? Being an LGBT member. Being an LGBT member is from that trauma that he gave to that young girl. That girl probably hates men now. Right. You see what I'm saying? That did that to him. A man did that to him. Right. She might come up and say, yo, because of that, I don't even like men. And she's going to look for a girl because, a girl never did that to her. All a girl did to her all her life was hug her and kiss her and console her feelings in that time of hurt. You see what I'm saying? So, when it's time for, read the part again, when it's time for judgment, keep reading.
Come.
They shall not sit on the judge's seat.
They shall not sit on the judge's seat, nor understand the sentence of judgment.
They don't understand the sentence of judgment. Keep reading.
Come. They cannot declare justice and judgment.
They can't declare it because they don't believe it. You see what I'm saying? First of all, a crime like that, according to the Bible, you don't go to jail. I don't think there's a jail in the Bible. I think we get rid of the evil, and then we don't worry about him going back to jail because he could never commit the crime again. You see what I'm saying? There's no second offenders. Right. You see what I'm saying? Second offenders give trauma to more people. Your first offense created a trauma, and now we're trying to heal the first trauma. And then you're gonna come out of jail and do the trauma again. Then now you're used to jail. Now it's like you depend on jail. I can't have you run the place and you depending on jail. You see what I'm saying? Now, when you come out the third time, you can't function. That's like, I need to go back to jail or I'm going to starve to death. Right. So what's he going to do? He's going to do the offense again to go back to jail because he needs to go back to jail so that he can eat. He can guarantee his meal. He can guarantee a bed and warmth and clothing. He can guarantee them cities prison shoes they put on our feet with the 3 straps. You see what I'm saying? Comfort is in jail for him. Friends are in jail for him. Homies are in jail for him. Homies that he had for years for his crimes. You see what I'm saying? What are you saying, Bruce?
No, I just well, Egypt had jails. They put Joseph in there.
Yeah, Egypt had jails, but Israel didn't have jails.
Right.
There's no jail in the law. You see what I'm saying? But Egypt for sure had jails, and that's why Egypt did not work.
Right.
And we loved Egypt. You see what I'm saying?
Well, I've just come into the truth now, but I've been saying for like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
This is the biggest fad among the so-called black community now is Egyptology.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you can ride the bus and you see people you know.
When you see people, you know.
No, you can kind of tell they don't really study, but they'll have an encore.
Yeah. They don't even know what the encore is.
Right, because it's become this.
Yeah. The social norm.
It's the newest fad.
Yeah.
And even though I haven't been yet, but I know what happens at camp. I know many that come out and want to challenge.
Oh, not no more. I mean, I wish they would.
I don't know how. Sometimes I wonder how Captain Tazariak does it. He takes on like a heavyweight boxer, bring me all challenges.
Yeah.
Sometimes I said, man, that would give me a headache, it would get your anger going. Everybody coming out and all the time, but I guess the Most High opens you up and He blesses you, gives you more and more knowledge. You can do it.
I mean, it can piss you off,
right?
Unless you've been given the wisdom,
right,
to win,
right.
Unless the Most High is with you, where nobody does not. There's nobody that does not love a win. Especially know that these people came against you. They're against what is the real black religion per se, right? But the real thing that is us, and you're defending that. You're defending your culture when there's someone else trying to infringe on your culture. There's someone else trying to delegitimize your culture, and to know that you're in a place to defend it, and you win. Now, if you don't know if you're winning, then it could feel a little stressful, like, oh, this is going on and it's not stopping. But if you know that you are winning, and with that win, with those wins, a lot of these people, you walk on the street now and they say, oh, man, yeah, I believe I'm an Israelite. I don't believe in no camps though, but I believe I'm an Israelite. Right, those people used to be Kemet.
I've heard that.
Yeah, them people used to be Kemet, them people used to be Muslim, right? For the work that a brother that would come into school, who just like you, just came into school with nothing, Captain Zark was, he was a brother in the world before he came in here. He might have went to the army for 2 years, but just a regular brother in the world, he will tell you. He came up in here and got his wisdom. And then in here, he learned to be like that. You see what I'm saying? And we in here, and we have access to the same skills. You see what I'm saying? We are in the same department with Captain Desaryak. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And you can very much do the same. And when you do this, if it be the Lord will, you can go out there and people look at you like, what the hell are you? You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting I don't know what happened to it. I don't have it anymore, but I've seen my original birth certificate that my mother got. Mm-hmm. Judah was written on there, but it doesn't say Judah. It says Negro. And I remember my father.
Do you mean like your one of your names, your middle names, or what are we talking about?
No, they used to put I guess I go back that far. Apparently they used to put the race of the baby born. Mm-hmm. I don't think they do it anymore.
Okay.
Because when my sister's 3 or 4 years younger than me, they didn't put the race on her birth certificate, but mine. Mm-hmm. Maybe they stopped it after the 50s. They just felt that this country felt it necessary to put the baby's race. So,
I mean, you should put the baby's race.
Right.
Yeah, you should put the baby's race in there. I mean, race is. Race is not a bad thing. I mean, today with democratic sense, liberal sense,
Right.
it's to try to, or the Christian sense, which is the same thing, right? It's to try to get race out of the picture. But when you go to Chinatown,
right,
those chicken scratches on the wall means that race runs town. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
It made me think of something else too. Alluded to me, what people might think of me when they see me, but I'm hesitating because I don't want to really name any names. But one of our captains, he goes to camp, he builds, he teaches, and I have no problem looking at him and kind of knowing. I mean, if I wasn't saying Judah or Ephraim or Asher, if I was just in the world, I would say, they say, well, what was it? Oh yeah, whatever we say in the world, Hispanic guy, Latino guy. But I noticed that people come up and want to challenge the camp.
Yeah.
They keep referring to him as Caucasian.
Okay. Right.
And I don't know if they're just trying to be funny or insulting, or they're just trying to.
Some people are trying to be insulting. Some people genuinely do not know.
Right.
But of course, even the scriptures say that amongst Israelites, there's going to be a confusion of many faces. So I remember when I first came into school, my brother made a joke. I'm not going to say who the brother is, right? But all love to that brother, you know what I mean?
Right.
But when I came to school, I was accused of being a Japhite. A Japhite, like a person from the Samoan Islands, or.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean, I've never met someone from the Samoan Islands. I've never met nothing like that. Your foot is on the chair again. Salam Shabbat. All right? Salam Shabbat. All right? All right? But, it's just, there's brothers who you look at them and be like, he's an African. You ask him, what is he going to say? He's Haitian. You see what I'm saying? So that's common. There's a scripture with that too. Give me I believe it's the book of Daniel, right? Hold on, wait. We dropped that one there, right? Okay, no problem. Give me Daniel, book of Daniels. Okay. Chapter 9, verse 7.
One of the books have a heart.
You have to, hard to find it? You can give me, if it's too hard to find, you can get Baruch in the okay.
What chapter?
Chapter 9, verse 7.
So the book of Daniel, chapter 9 and verse 7.
Just keep it down. It is a library.
Yeah.
In the other rooms, it can be quiet, but I think because this one is right next to the desk,
right,
then some of the sound goes out. Right? Yeah.
O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day, to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and to all Israel.
Right. So from Judah and to all the tribes, we have this confusion of faces. Why? Because our forefathers have been sinners. That's what it is. Even to this day, our fathers get with white women. And my dad, my father, is son of a Chinese woman. You see what I'm saying? So, my brother came in and said, I don't know, he looks like The Rock. He looks like he might be Jaffa or something. Yes. Again? You drank all my juice. That's why you need to use the bathroom so much. Okay, go use the bathroom one more time. And you're going to walk this time, right? If you come back and you're running at all, to or from there, you're going to come in there and do push-ups right here. And then after push-ups, you're going to do a man Shabbat, and then you're going to do more push-ups. Walk. Go on. The other way. All right? Take your time. Good boy. There you go. Read it again, Bruce.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces.
Right, unto us for not following along with the Lord's righteousness in His law. to not marry other races of women. Right? Now we have these confusion of faces because we have not maintained the law's righteousness. Keep reading. So now they look at Captain Katazar and they be like, "What are you? What's going on? I don't know about him because of who his mother is." You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
As at this day.
Mm-hmm. And the same thing for my dad. Well, my dad has a more blatant Negro-looking face, but his mother is a real-life Chinese woman. That's his mom in Jamaica. I go down there, and he showed me, "Yeah, this is your cousin. This is your cousin James. We're gonna go be cousin James." I go down there. He's a Chinese man, like po cow, kung fu, and Chinese rice. I'm talking about he's my cousin. When I go meet him, he looking at me like, "You're not my cousin." You see what I'm saying? Because he's the son of a Chinese woman. They've seen the mother and seen my dad. So when I go around, damn, it's like here. All right, okay, it's back. There we go. No problem. Right? Keep reading.
Come on, verse 7,
Mm-hmm.
chapter 9, book of Daniel. As at this day.
For those who don't know, my grandmother on my dad's side is Chinese. All right. Go on.
To the men of Judah,
Mm-hmm.
and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem,
Mm-hmm.
and unto all Israel
Mm-hmm.
that are near and that are far off.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That are near and are far off. Everyone that's committed this crime. If you went to the Middle East, if there was some population in Israel today, you would go there and you would have a confusion of faces there because brothers there broke the law. That's how we got outcasted in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Loving them Roman women. Oh my gosh, loving that. One broad came down and she told Christ she had 5 men. What did she was doing with those 5 men? I mean, the things she's doing with those 5 men. No problem, right? There was something he was saying though before we got here, or when we got here.
I was just thinking of in terms of I won't say his name properly. Captain Coggins.
Yeah.
What you just said, it made me think of Adam Clayton Powell. We've all seen pictures of him.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know any better and you just see him for the first time.
I thought he was a white man.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was because the way his hair slipped back and all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, they always refer to him as quote unquote black.
Right.
But my thing was the moment he opened his mouth and started talking.
Yeah.
This is a black dude here.
Right.
Same with Captain Commissar. I mean, one time they put on the rap record, it was him.
Mm-hmm.
Before the brother taught the class. I think it was Prince Asher.
Okay.
Sometimes, you put the music goes on before the class starts, and it was Captain Commissar.
Right.
And it's like, not trying to be funny, but it's like, man, how do you not know this is
because
black or quote unquote
mm-hmm.
black or Latino person
mm-hmm.
hearing this hip hop here?
Right, but for some people, it's not so clear to them. Like I could walk on the street, and we might be in a camp, and I'll have the brothers give us some flyers, and then a brother will give us a flyer because he's black. They dodging on the white people, but he gets to a black person,
right?
And I say, hey, that wasn't African. He said, what? Him?
Oh yeah.
Like, how can you tell? I'm like, how can you not tell?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Their skin is different than ours. Their skin is more not bright. It's just not. Can't explain it. I could say it's not as alive. I can say sometimes their eyes don't.
Right.
Are not as beautiful. I can tell. If there's different things. One time I had a Hamite rib in the world. Right. She was a Hamite. Her name was Aminata, right? And she was, I can't remember what country she was from, right? And I knew it was wrong to be with a Hamite when she said that she's gonna go home and her family made blood soup. Oh man. Namely, right? When I looked at her teeth was different.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Blood soup.
Yeah, blood soup, brother.
I heard that.
Yeah, I've never heard that till she told me that. Ghana. Oh my God, people talking about this Ghana. You don't know Ghana out there talking about some Ghana. She was from Ghana. And I'm like, yeah, Jamaican people, they say they're related to Ghana people. Yeah, she about to go home and have Ghanaian blood soup.
Well, as you know.
I'm like, what? Right. They get the blood and they put it in a pot and they cook it with a soup. Separate the meat and you get the blood.
You mix the blood in.
Oh, nigga. So I didn't mean to say the N-word. You know what I mean? But I ain't wanna get in there like that. But that was the last time I seen her. You see what I'm saying?
Who turned you off?
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I met at Kingsborough College. You know what I mean? And you know, we link up, whatever. But then I heard about that blood soup, and then that's when I started to get wise. I was like, these teeth are different. Right. The dark skinned people of my people don't have teeth like that. And the shade of pink on her tongue is a little bit darker and brighter red than the tongues of the woman that I know from the tribe of Benjamin and Judah. And the fingernails are different. The fingernails are very, very different. I'm like, yeah, this is not
unattractive.
Yeah, this is not my mother. See, my mom calling me right now. Mommy, I'm in class. Mom, I'm in class, all right? Shalom. All right, yeah. So, I would say, this is not my mother. This can't be my sister. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I'm just thinking of two things. Like, of course, as you know, if you walk down 116th Street now in Harlem.
No, we're going to leave in 10 minutes. Okay, good.
So if you walk down 116th Street now in Harlem, it's Senegalese, all West Africa. You got the restaurants there, and you can see that difference.
Yeah.
Even though I guess I have a lot to unlearn, because when I first started coming into consciousness, I'm hearing all of these Pan-Africanist people. And a lot of things that Malcolm X got into was Pan-Africanist.
Yeah.
So I used to buy these albums. I was like, I never heard anything like this. I used to buy, you could buy his speeches, and I used to buy it, and he'd say things that like he'd say something like, he's talking to an audience. Yeah, when I was in the Congo, such and such.
Malcolm X is saying this.
Yeah, Malcolm, he goes, they look just like you. Don't think you don't look Congolese. You look, but actually.
Why is he saying that though? Why are you saying don't think that you don't look Congolese?
Well, that was the 60s, so a lot of people had this, and I kind of remember it when I was a little older than him.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Put it down. Stand on my Shabbat. I don't like that. I don't like what you just did. Go stand on my Shabbat. Put the chair in. Yeah, start go again.
Social studies class.
Yeah.
Teacher say, open up your social studies book.
Mm-hmm.
And he had pictures. And they would be pictures of European people.
Mm-hmm.
Myself and my Judite friend, we used to sit next to each other. We didn't laugh if we saw the pictures of Europeans.
Mm-hmm.
But then they had these pictures of
the Hamites.
Hamites.
Mm-hmm.
With the teacher was Edomite.
Mm-hmm.
We're snickering and giggling, and because and here we are, black youngsters,
mm-hmm.
and we're giggling and laughing at the way they looked, and I think the teacher actually knew what we were laughing at, so she didn't really get too much into, okay, you boys stop laughing, be quiet. Her whole thing was, oh, what are you all laughing at? I think she knew.
Mm-hmm.
And I think deep down inside, she was getting a kick out of the fact that we were, at least in our minds, we were laughing at our own image.
Yeah.
And this was a little Christian school where every single teacher was Edomite, and the overwhelming student body, even in, this is the 60s, Judite and Benjamin, and some Edomites. But I mean, I would go to church and chapel every morning, and so they had the images up there.
Give me Exodus 11 and 7. They have the images of Caesar Borgia doing what?
Just stained glass windows, just kind of standing there, maybe his arms, not the crucifix.
Stand over here. Stand over here. Yeah. Stand up, go into push-up position on the floor over here. Push-up position. Go on, push-up position. Go do a push-up position. Take your foot off the wall. There you go. Take it. Keep your belly up right here. Stay right here. Right there. Right. Put your toes on the ground. Right. Down. Right. There you go. Straighten your arms. Just stay there. I want you to stay there for 100 seconds. All right. Stay right there. Read.
Book of Exodus, chapter 11. What verse?
Verse 7.
Verse
7. Falling down. Right there. Stay right there.
But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue.
Get up. Go over there and stand in martial back.
Against man or beast, that ye may know how that the Lord doth put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel.
Now.
Everything.
Right? Malcolm is saying, there's no difference between you and the Egyptian Congolese today, right? There's no difference between you and the Congolese today.
Right.
The Lord is saying there is.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You don't look the same as them. You don't smell the same as them. How do you know that? You look at meat. Some people say if you look at the cow meat and look at the sheep meat, you can't tell the difference. But you can smell the difference. They smell different.
I just brought that up just so you know. This is what I've been influenced by over a number of years. But
have a seat. Sit down.
I guess because of the work of Isupk, and I even know who Abba Business, him and these people out here teaching, Arya, people like that.
Head priest Arya.
It's now starting to catch on. And I'm always like looking at myself sometimes. At my age, and I used to go in the hall. I never even knew One West was there.
Wait, Harlem?
Sometimes I would see Israelites on the street, but I never thought to ask, where do you meet? Because I was brainwashed by thinking, they're teaching from the Bible.
Right.
I don't want to hear that.
Right.
So you just kind of dismiss them.
Right.
But I knew they had a certain swag about them, but it was just like...
It was just swag. They just...
Yeah, you kind of knew certain things. Don't mess with them guys or...
Okay, so what year would you see in the school?
I never saw it.
Okay.
I'm only learning about One West now, but I would see Israelites out on the street, sometimes at Times Square.
You talking about back then or you talking about now?
I think so now, of course, but
right.
As far back as the 80s, I think.
Okay.
Times Square.
I mean,
even downtown Brooklyn, a lot.
Let me see if I can give you something that you might have missed, right? In all those years, right? Let me get a Luke 14. Luke 12. Right, Luke 12. We start at verse 37.
Book of Luke, chapter 12, beginning at verse 37. Blessed are those servants whom the Lord, when he cometh, shall find watching.
Watching means we're still looking, we are on guard. So number one, we know who we are, we know who our nation is, and we know who to defend in that. We know who to feed on the street with that.
Right.
So we know who to clothe with that. We know who to teach with that. You see what I'm saying? Keep reading.
Verily I say unto you, that he shall gird himself and make them to sit down to meat, and will come forth and serve them. Verse 38.
Yeah.
And if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants.
Now, the first watch was when Christ was here. Right? The second watch is when, the first watch is when they're expecting Christ to come back. We found him, the son of Judah, the son of Solomon, son of Joseph, right? And the second watch is now, he's coming in the third day, right? The third day. Third day means you're looking for the time when Moses said in the third day, right? 1 day to the Most High is 1,000 years. So we're looking for the year 2000. He didn't come in the year 2000. So now what are we in now? We are in the third watch. Now the brothers in the second watch, who you saw in the 80s, we're reading about them. Keep reading. It was in verse 38.
Verse 38? Verse 38, and if he shall come in the second watch, or come in the third watch, and find them so, blessed are those servants.
Right, keep reading. So now the Bible is saying that there is a third watch, number one. Right? Keep reading.
Verse 39, and this know, that if the good man of the house had known what hour the thief would come, he would have watched, and not have suffered his house to be broken through.
Right. If you knew what time it was coming, but if you didn't know, you will still watch regardless. If you knew, then you give up.
Right.
Some brothers are waiting for the time, right? What are we gonna do? We're gonna close this up. We gotta get out of here, right? We got 2 minutes, right?
Right.
And with that, every Tuesdays we got class here at the Brooklyn Public Library in Brooklyn, corner of Eastern Parkway and Flatbush Avenue, right? At the Brooklyn Public Library, the big one at Granary Plaza. That I greet Shalom. Shalom to all the sisters in there. Nicole, Shari, Kwa, Kalapa, right? Yahweh Shemalathan, Barashim Yeshai. Bruce, Yahweh, Barashim, Yahushai, Bragatha.
Yahweh Barashim, Yahweh Shai, Barakatha.
Come.